Good day, hope you're doing well. In today's video, I'm going to show you two tips to use Nikon Z30 files in Darktable. So by default, in version 4.2.0 of Darktable, Nikon Z30 isn't, Nikon Z30 files are not supported. So you can add files to your Darktable uh, like so. So you can take a look at the preview. So you double click on this file, for instance, and it gives you a warning saying that Darktable couldn't load this file, switching to Lighttable now. So you will automatically be reverted back to this. So I'm going to give you a tip to actually make it work, and the tip isn't coming from me. The tip is coming from this thread on GitHub. So let me show you the URL. I'll just copy paste it in the video description. So basically what you have to do is you have to find a file called cameras.xml, and you just basically just copy paste this into that file. So on Windows, let me show you on Windows computer where you can find that. So you have to look under the C drive, probably program files, Darktable, and then the folder is share, then Darktable, and then raw speed. So that's where you can find cameras.xml. So this file is the original file which was created on the 13th of December 2022, and then I changed it, including the Z30. So the only difference between these two files is that I actually um, pasted in that part that you just saw. So if you open this file, you can open it in Notepad. There's a lot of stuff going on, so you have to scroll down a bit until you find this entry, cameras, and then in your file you will not have the first two entries, which is the Nikon Z30 for 12-bit and 14-bit compressed. And the first one you will see probably is the ARRI Alexa. So I just pasted that in, and that's it. So you may have to do some trickery. Windows doesn't like changing files. So what I had to do is I opened the cameras XML file with Notepad. I scroll down to that cameras entry, and so this is the first entry in the original file, the ARRI Alexa. So I just pasted it in here. You can do that, that's not a problem, but then if you try to save it, it doesn't want to save it as cameras XML. Well, it didn't want to do it on my computer, so I had to temporarily save it on my desktop and then just copy it over to this folder. So let me just rename this for a second. So original, how do you write that? Original, yeah, that's good. Yeah. And then I'm going to change this to cameras. All right, I'm going to restart Darktable. And then let's see what happens. So we're back in the same location. So now I double click this file and you see you can open it and you can start messing around with it. So problem solved. Even, which was a little bit surprising, I can even switch on the lens correction and it will actually find the lens. It will say it's a Nikon Z30 and it was taken with the the little kit lens, the 16 to 50. So everything seems to work. The only thing that doesn't work yet is the denoise profiled module. You click on it and nothing happens, and then you go to this. You click through to the actual module and it doesn't see anything. So it just says generic Poissonian. And it does it doesn't do a good enough job, I think. This is shot at ISO 100 probably. So on this file, it doesn't really matter, but this is not the best. So I've got another tip to activate the noise, profile denoising. And it comes down to recognizing that the Z30 is actually not a refurbished, a remarketed Z50. So what I did was I went to one folder up, and then you have, in this folder, you have noiseprofiles.json. And when you open this, let's see if I can open this again. I think it's with Notepad. You can just open it with Notepad. And so it's kind of like divided under like Canon, and then you have all kinds of Canon cameras, and there is no way I think you can come up with these numbers. I found some instructions online to actually generate these profiles, but you need, I think, a Linux computer, and then you need to do some, it's kind of heavy stuff. So what I did was I just looked for the Z50, the Nikon Z50, and there is actually an entry for the Z50. And if the Z30 is actually using the same sensor as the Z50, what I did was I just um, copy pasted this. So I duplicated this entry and I just changed every 50 into 30. And that's my new file. So I have the noise profiles, including the Z30. If I double click, yeah, okay. So let's find the Z50 again. So that's the Z50 original entry, and then I added the Z30 copied from the Z50, and I just changed every 50 into Z30. That's it. I didn't change any of the numbers. So I'm not sure whether this is a really good method of doing it, but anyway, it works. And if the Z50 and the Z30 are basically the same camera, then I think it should work. So let me rename this to original, and then this one to just the file name. Yep. And then restart Darktable for a second. All right, so let's open this again. And then now if I go to the quick access panel and I switch on, let's switch it off and switch it on again. And then here it should give you found a match for ISO 100. And if you haven't opened the file yet, so let's take a file that I didn't open yet. So this one, for instance, and I switch it on. I think it automatically tells you, yep, found a match for ISO 100. So this seems to work. So these two tricks or tips, I don't know, can allow you to work with a Z30 camera or Z30 files in Darktable. All right, so I hope this was of some use to you. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comments box below in the comment section. I'll take a look. And with that, thank you very much for watching and see you the next time. Bye-bye.